Namo Adida Phat. Thanks so much for joining me for a daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This wonderful sound calls us back to our true home. The fifth mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful consumption, I vow to cultivate good health, both physical and mental, for myself, my family, and my society, by practicing mindful eating, drinking, and consuming. I will ingest only items that preserve peace, well-being, and joy in my body, in my consciousness, and in the collective body and consciousness of my family and society. I'm determined not to use alcohol or any other items that contain toxins, such as certain TV programs, magazines, books, films, and conversations. I'm aware that to damage my body or my consciousness with these poisons is to betray my ancestors, my parents, my society, and future generations. I will work to transform violence, fear, anger, and confusion in myself and in society by practicing a diet for myself and for society. I understand that a proper diet is crucial for self-transformation and the transformation of society. For our Dharma lesson, we've been reading Everything We Do Matters by the Venerable Wuling. We're continuing in Chapter 8, Transforming Greed and Anger. The giving of fearlessness. Another way we can give is to relieve the worries and fears of others. A friend told me of an incident that had occurred in her home. A caring woman with an excellent sense of humor, she does draw the line at some things. Upon walking into her bathroom, she saw a large python on the floor. Having good reflexes, she drew the line and firmly closed the door. Knowing she was not at risk, her immediate thought was for her elderly cat that could no longer move quickly. Jenny, who is Buddhist by practice, called to her husband Rob, who is Buddhist at heart. Rob looked in the phone book and located a snake catcher. However, before the snake catcher was allowed to leave the premises with his catch, Rob thoughtfully queried the gentleman, "Was the snake okay? How would it be released and where? Would it be safe or would it be subject to any risk?" The snake catcher patiently explained that he would take it a considerable distance away before he would release it in a safer and more natural environment. My two caring friends watched while the snake catcher carefully checked the python, then assured them that it had not suffered any from its capture and that it would be fine in a safer habitat. How many of us would have taken the time, made the effort, and gone to the expense that was involved in catching and saving the snake? This was a case of the giving of safety and of caring for the welfare of others, even when the other is a 6-foot python. This is an example of helping other beings feel safe around us, because this offering of fearlessness and safety was not given only to one being, the cat, but also to all beings involved, including the snake. Every thought we have is instantly felt by all others throughout the universe, for we are all one. We are all interrelated. We just do not yet realize this because we have not experienced this oneness. In the above example of the snake, the thought was to protect one life without harming the other. That thought of compassion and loving kindness was felt by all beings, whether they were in the house with the snake or on the other side of the universe. Many people who find themselves in this situation probably would have thought, to protect my cat, I will kill the snake. But Jenny and Rob's thoughts did not come from attachment to their cat or from the desire to protect what was theirs. Rather, their thoughts arose spontaneously from the reverence held equally for all forms of life and their wish to provide safety and security. When we too begin to give with compassion and understanding, we will gradually feel a sense of contentment and happiness. In time, we will be able to look at a treasured possession without feeling attached to it and think, I know who would really like this. And in time, as our giving becomes more natural, we will find that more and more our spontaneous giving is accompanied by fewer thoughts of what we have just done. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. Namo Adida Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.